Neo is the one.
Neo charts here, daily. This is Neo versus Bitcoin. And this is like a giant mounting, I call this a mounting pressure formation, where you keep getting higher lows and equal highs. At some point, the pressure just keeps building until it erupts. I mean, technically this was a break, but didn't stick. But it still came back to higher lows, and that's the key here. Even though this was a lower high, I mean, it would be nice. But so I guess this was kind of a mini Head and Shoulders, even though the head is just a bit higher. And then it broke down from there, as the Head and Shoulders implies. And here, just the analysis of this latest move. It's not at a perfect bouncing line, which is not mandatory, but it happens quite a bit. So maybe it will continue down a little more before it turns up. The 9 marked the high beautifully. It did not mark this one. Did mark that one. So yeah, you had a 13 cell and a 9 cell within close proximity to each other before a major sell-off. Oh, here, yeah, and here it came back 50% of the overall move. Let's see if it was a logical stopping point from just this move. Also 50%. So this point's very low. This point's near 0. This is a log chart. Yeah, so that pretty much got all the way to the bottom. Dollar chart. Take a look. Had a nice 9 marking the top of that also on the weekly. The daily also was a 9. So yeah, if you get a day and a week lining up as 9s, I would say watch out. So here we're just building up slowly. It's a little rounded, which is like, if you continue the rounding, you start to head down. But yeah, hopefully we get something like this. And do not break this line and then break above, retest, shoot off. So what would be a good target? I like the dollar chart better than the Bitcoin chart on Neo. Here it seems to fit well so far. So here's the overall move from 10 cents, $200. This did some nice bouncing in here, bounce from support. It didn't quite make it to this line, but the lines are holding up pretty well. It hit this intersection. I love to target intersections. So those are very, very logical bounce points. So if it shot down quickly, you would probably see a massive bounce off that, but it doesn't look like we'll hit that one. And now for my new segment, keeping myself honest. I'm doing very good in my young history. Light green is looking favorable, but I'm not quite calling it a victory yet. For example, this ADX call. From March, somewhere in the 20s, was it 25th? So, yeah, it went up quite a bit, down quite a bit. So I'm just saying, it looks good, but I'm not calling it victory. These are all pretty much victories. Bitcoin from 6,800, now it's almost 10,000. Another Bitcoin called another slightly higher low. Oh, this call was brilliant. I said not quite yet. You can find the videos. These are all separate videos. A few videos didn't make the list if I didn't really say much. Oh, yeah, so it continued down after it was at that price, 0.11 Bitcoin. BCH. Let's just look at it. So 321. Bullish, but not quite yet. So it continued down and then rocketed back up. Yeah, I call this a false breakdown. So usually that means a fairly major move. Consolidation already broke out. So I've got a position in this that I'm holding. Veritasium, it's above, but it's not a victory. Market cap low, 360 billion. Now we're at 460. I'm going to leave that as looking good, but not conclusive. And then I will add in today's video and call it a day. Be sure to like and subscribe because the show will go on and you don't want to miss it.